Hey y'all, so I was like blasting Megan Thee Stallion on my way to the post office to get me some money orders because I gotta pay my damn rent. And gosh, it's been a minute since I did a video, and at first I was like, it's been like almost 2 months, and I was like, ain't nobody worry about you. Like, you only got like 46 followers, and like the last video you posted, only one person watched it. And I remember seeing a video interview with Tyler Creator, and Tyler the Creator was talking about putting yourself out there, even if only if you only get one view, because sometimes he was like, you don't know who's watching you. That's what he was saying. He was like, you don't know who that one viewer is, so just keep going. And so I was like, you know what, fuck it, let me get back into it, because one thing I like to do, I love talking, and I'm also like a very creative person, very artsy person. And so like, even though I have to still show up and go to a 9 to 5 so I can pay bills and not be unhoused, like I honestly would prefer to just be in a house, being my creative inner child that I was when I was a little girl. So anyway, I just say that to say I took a break from creating content because I have been on a spiritual journey for quite some time, and I've always been a person that was like looking for answers. And I came across someone that I was actually referred to by a colleague of mine, who's I would say is a good girlfriend of mine, and she referred me to someone, and I started working with them with the plant medicine, Mother Ayahuasca. And like, it was something new, it was different, and but I was open to it. I've always been like that since I was a kid. Like, I just always I just thought beyond my years. I've always been a kid who, and I mentioned that in a previous video, when my uncle transitioned, I was 14. I remember that I used to like talk to the sky. Like, I just intuitively knew to just look up and talk to the sky, and I would be talking to him, and he, like, you know, I would just, whatever I felt, whatever was going on with me for the day. And like, years later, in my 20s, running the after school program, just got my own apartment, trying to figure out life, and I would get so overwhelmed, mainly around like January, February. And it's so funny because my uncle and I, our birthdays are a day apart. My birthday is February 24th, and my uncle's birthday is February 23rd. My mom told me that she was in labor, and she held it till the following day. So I would have been born on my uncle's birthday, which is February 23rd. But she was so scared because my mom was 19 when she got pregnant. So anyway, my uncle, you know, that's my Pisces baby. And my y'all, like, me and my uncle used to stay fighting. My uncle had a nasty disposition. My uncle passed away when he was 39 years old, which, like, that makes me so sad, because my sister also passed away at 39. My sister only lived to be 39 years old. And 39 years old, what the fuck type of driving is that? My sister only lived to be 39 years old in this lifetime, only for a week. And I just turned 39, so that's a whole another thing for another video. But yeah, when life will get hard, my uncle would come to me and tell me, like, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. So I don't even know what was the point of me telling y'all that, but yeah, me just being a very spiritual person and being in tune, so, and always just trying to find answers. So I came across this person that a colleague, girlfriend of mine, referred me to, and I started working with this person. And long story short, I'll go back and tell more of it, but long story short, I realized that this person wasn't the person for me. This wasn't the right type of guide that I needed. One thing about me, I am very sensitive to other people's energy. I believe that me sitting in the plant Mother Ayahuasca, I know that I reincarnated a lot of times. So ancient energy, I can read other people's energy. And I say that to say, I know when somebody don't like me. I know when I can't be myself around somebody. So when I was working with this teacher, this spiritual guy, like, I knew it. I was like, okay, like, and not for nothing, like, I just paid attention to the way that they dealt with me compared to the way that they dealt with the other people that I was working with. And at first I thought, like, maybe, you know, because this person is a teacher, and I know sometimes as teachers, I've worked with children since I was 14. I initially went to college to be a teacher, but it was my first time, first generation going to college, and I was overwhelmed. And so I was like, okay, teaching may not be for me. So I ended up doing social work, but I have always worked with children. I worked with children since I was 14 years old. I've run after school programs. So kids is what I do. And I say that to say, I know that each kid is unique and you deal with each person differently, and so I thought that maybe the lessons that I needed to learn, that's why she was so hard on that. That's why that person was so hard on me. But come to find out, that person just did not know how to deal with somebody such as myself. Somebody with an energy as big as mine. And I'm humbly saying that. But that person just did not know how to work with me. And it showed every time in class. I was working with this person. Mind you, I'm paying $170 to be in this class. And this person I felt it, and I knew like this person is not for me. And honestly, like it kind of, it in a way, it hurt my feelings. So I was sitting with that grief because I was just like, the way that person dealt with me, it was really fucking rude. It was rude. Maybe I'll talk about it a little more, because even this morning I was in the middle of doing yoga and I just was like crying, like when I like hip opening, like because we hold a lot of energy in our lower part, like your stomach, that's your core, your womb, like for women, like we hold a lot of stuff in there. And so when I was doing this particular stretch and was opening up my hips, like I just started crying, and I just started thinking about the things that guide, that teacher was like saying to me compared to the other people in class. And I like knew deep down inside, I'm like, yo, this person really don't like you. They don't know how to like you. And like, but I just lay there like in this position, like stretching, just like crying, like, because I've dealt with that all my life, like trying to find like a place, trying to find a space where I belong, like even in my own family. And I come from a big family on both sides. I always felt different from everybody around me. I don't think that I was better than people around me, and I don't think I was better than anybody in my family, like loved them down, but I just always felt different. And I know that I had my family tribe, but I also know that I needed my own tribe that was tailored to my uniqueness. And that's what I was looking for with this person, and finding a group, because that person would share their stories, and I felt like I can identify with some of the things that they went through. So I'm like, okay, I found it. That person, they ain't want me in their group. And I dealt with that growing up. I had people that I thought that were my friends, and that's another reason why I understood their energy. I caught on real fast, because people that I thought was my friends, if ever that person in the group had a bigger personality than everybody else, usually their energy was bully energy. My energy is just big. It's very big, but I'm not a bully. Like I'm not a bully. But I've come across people with very similar energy who felt like they had to be the biggest in the room. And me, naturally, like, you never met somebody you like, I don't know what it is about this person's energy, but like their energy is really, really, really big. It's very alluring. Like, I don't know what it is, but that is me. Like, humbly saying it. Like, I know I'm learning that now, and I keep saying humbly because I'm still working on that. Like, not feeling like I'm the biggest in the room, but sometimes you are the biggest person in the room. Your energy is the biggest. It doesn't mean that you're better than nobody else in that room. It just means that your light just illuminates a little bit more than others, and that's all. But we're all beautiful people. We all have gifts. Some just are a little more tapped into others, but I just knew like that person didn't want me in their group. And so I cried because I was grieving for my little girl who just kept trying to find her place. And it's a young man that I follow. The young man name is his YouTube name is Son of God, but his real name is Justice. And I love it because that's my son's middle name. My son's name is Bakari Justice. And so I came across this young man. He does collective energy and he does tarot readings. And so one of the readings, and it's crazy because I had already listened to this before. I have a playlist. I have a nice little drive to work, so I have a playlist that I listen to collective energy readings. I'll listen to comedy because I'm like a student of comedy. I love comedy. Right now I am like obsessed with Josh Johnson. Like, he is this awkward, funny, very critical thinker. I don't like to compare people to each other because I know we all got our own lane, but he gives me Dave Chappelle. Like, he makes you think. Like, it's gonna be funny, but I want you to think. So right now I'm like I'm loving Josh Johnson. A little too much for my wife. She's like, I'm sick of you and this Josh, but like I secretly got a crush on Josh Johnson. I really do. But my point is, like, I listen to, like, that's what I'm into. So and one of Justice's Justice energy readings, he was saying like some people are meant to be set apart. Some people, you know, you try to find your own tribe, you try to find teachers, guides who are more experienced than you to help you. But he was like, the message was, and I'm loosely paraphrasing, but the message was like, sometimes you're meant to be set apart. Like you're meant to figure it out on your own. And I remember when I was taking a class with this person, they had us doing a meditation and sitting with our inner child. And like, I'm still learning how to meditate, but what my inner child said to me in the meditation was that I was meant to be set apart from others and that I had a warrior spirit. So there you go. But I just wanted to share that, like, I'm coming back. Like, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. But my feelings was really hurt. Like, and this happened a month ago. Like, I had to make the decision to be done with the courses. I still was obligated to pay for it because I signed a contract and said that I was going to participate in a course. It was really fucked up that person did me like that and still was like, okay, but you still, you know, you still have to pay. And then the fact that that person didn't even think that they did anything wrong. And I'm like, I know you know, because you're teaching me how to read energy, and I know you know how to read energy. So I know you know that what you did was unkind, and you just wanted me to like tell you, because when I said I couldn't do it no more, the person kept asking me like, you know, was it something that I did wrong? And from experience with me trying to like growing up, like I had to learn how to be a woman. Like my mom didn't know how to teach me, so I know that was one of the things I had to teach myself. I had to repair myself and teach myself how to show up for myself and speak up for myself, especially with dealing with other women. I would always get uncomfortable about that. And when I would call people out on their shit, they would play in my face and they try to manipulate me. And one thing I do not like to my core is a master manipulator. Like, I don't. Because I can feel energy, I can read energy, and I know when you playing in my face. So I didn't bother when they were like asking like, well, you know, why did you want to be done? You're almost finished. Like, I didn't even bother, because from experience with speaking with... 'cause let me say this. People know what the fuck they doing, right? So I didn't even have to tell. Like, I know this person knew what they were doing. This person underestimated me because I'm a very nice person. I'm tall. I'm 5'9", really 5'8", but I'm 5'9". Fuck all that. I'm tall, you know, and I don't like. And I've been tall since the 3rd grade, so I always like my energy. Like I don't want people to be uncomfortable around me. Like, and I also know, like I said earlier in the video, I have really big energy, so I don't like to make people uncomfortable. So I spent most of my life like this, like trying to like, you know, dim my light. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. I'm tall. I don't want you to think I'm going to Donkey Kong bong you on top of your head, because I'm really not like that. I'm a gentle giant. Like, I spent my life trying to always like tell my energy and dim down my light so I don't make people around me uncomfortable, right? But I say all that to say, like, I needed that to happen. Like, I needed that to happen. I needed that to happen. I did. I have so many, I have videos like saved in my phone that I sat down and I worked on, and all I need to do is just like add the audio to it. Like, I've been working. I've been working because I know what my calling is. So I've been working, but that situation I just explained to y'all, that shit really hurt my feelings, because all I was just trying to do was find my tribe. That's it. That's all. But thanks to people like Justice, my tribe, that, like, you know, like, cause not for nothing, you can find your tribe. YouTube community, you know, Instagram community. I feel like Instagram might be a little, so let's just stick with YouTube, because I feel like YouTube is more welcoming. Instagram, it's like you gotta be invited to the cool kids party. Not to say that I don't follow people that I see myself in, but I feel like YouTube is more like, it's a little more isolated, it's a little over here, it's like the rural area. I feel like YouTube is the rural area and Instagram is like the city. You get what I mean? So yeah, I just wanted to share that. So to anybody that, just keep going. Just keep going. You might have a moment, like, such as myself, where you got to take a step back. Feelings might be hurt. Got to deal with some grief, work through some things, but keep on going. Because it was a reason why that person pushed me out of that group. Like, that person, what that person showed me was that they still have some healing to do. And it's okay. You know, I still feel some type of way. I'm working through that. But I'm learning to, like, just forgive people. And, like, just, you have to... My mom sent me this thing that DMX said, just expect people to be exactly who they are, and you won't be disappointed. So it is what it is. That probably was all over the place, but because it's just been a minute. But I miss y'all. I know that I meant to do this. When I was a little girl, I used to stay in my room. I used to want to be a DJ. Growing up, I listened to Hot 97. I used to want to be a DJ like Angie Martinez. And now I listen to her podcast on the way to work. So, like, I've always been a performer, and I also learned that in a past life I was a performer, so that makes sense. So to my core, this is who I am. So I'll be back. I will be back. And to anybody that is dealing with the same thing, dust yourself off and keep on going. It's just a lesson learned. Yeah, so I'm about to go visit my auntie. My uncle transitioned, and my family is dealing with that. So, you know, yeah, y'all, I love everybody. Love, peace, and hair grease. I know it's so much craziness in the world, but I'm sending you a big ass hug and letting you know that it's gonna be okay. If you are a person who is feeling alone, you're not alone. Let me tell you something. You're not alone. You're not alone. Your ancestors are always with you. Your guides are always with you. If you don't believe in that woo-woo stuff, cool. But I'm just telling you, you're not alone. You are definitely not alone. Your ancestors are with you. Peace, y'all.